society and technology are all shifting rapidly, and they're throwing up new challenges to all of us who are trying to act sustainably. Now, whether that's coping with a focus on the environment, or whether it's the future of work, or whether it's our social license to operate, or whether it's just how to run a financially sustainable business, there's a lot of challenges coming at us. We hear that a large number of jobs are going to be destroyed by robots or AI or some mixture of the two. I must admit I take a little bit of heart from the fact that all previous big technological changes that have promised destruction of jobs have resulted in destruction of jobs and the creation of new jobs which employed all the people.
We need to be bold, we need to be creative. That to start thinking about the problems differently is important, and actually that we need to start thinking about the solutions differently too.
Globally, the business models that have traditionally funded your news have been completely disrupted over the last decade. In fact, media is the most disrupted of industries. But I think the most obvious way we can make a contribution to sustainability is by rigorous reporting of the issues around it, and using that mass platform that we have, that mass reach, to help affect and shine a light on positive change as well as the things that could be going wrong.
Our organisation is unashamedly iwi-oriented, it's intergenerational, and it is, I think what is interesting about our organisation, it is purely focused on the cultural dynamic. We must bring that culture through, and we must immerse it and soak it within everything that we are doing.
We can never seem to find enough staff, and I think it's a complaint you hear regularly about getting people for horticultural, agriculture, and of course trucking. So maybe the robotics will fill the gaps, do the less reliable jobs, while people upskill and do more interesting and challenging and rewarding work.
Our development programs are completely transforming. We can't predict what the future's going to look like, but what we can do is ready our people to have new skills to adapt to that. Such things such as learning agility, collaboration techniques, innovation are all being explored, but things like empathy and resilience are really important too, and these are things that we're considering. One of our key pieces of work that we're working on across the next 12 months is to build a purpose-built training and employment concept specifically for unskilled youth through a partnership model.
One of the biggest risks and one of the biggest opportunities is that balance between technical and people. I'm aware of one group, for example, that's working within our organisations to explore how returned service people who are exiting the military might take on other roles in surveillance and observation around cybersecurity, for example.
Looking ahead and looking outside of New Zealand internationally is important. I think having that creative kind of interest and curiosity is really important. So whether that be in your sustainability and CSR teams or whether it's in your HR department, you need people that are going to think beyond today.
Over this past 3 years, we've been taking groups of 13 and 14-year-olds into Silicon Valley, and those who have a specific interest in STEM.
We've got 5 graduates who actually are spending 6 months in each department and writing what they think will be future state, and they're reverse mentoring the management team. Now that's quite a challenge. But what it does make you do is actually look through a different lens when you make a decision. We've got 4 stevedores now being trained in IT. We've got 8 people, they wanted to be retrained in truck drivers. We've put a whole executive union team through a situational leadership 2 course where we found a couple of stars and we've promoted them. So, you know, there is a lot of hope, but there is a lot of change, and change is inevitable.